call turkeys.
Turkeys, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
But what they do,
What they do is a call
is a call.
to action. We're able to wear our camo.
Because they were there.
We love what we do.
What we do,
But we honor.
we honor, but we honor.
Honor what they do.
We're turkey thugs. Turkey thugs.
Turkey thugs.
Today's
Hunters united for good.
We're turkey thugs.
turkey thugs.
Are you?
Are you?
Mossy Oaks Turkey Thugs is brought to you by Walmart. Be sure to look for your Turkey Thug gear at your local Walmart. Every sale supports the Outdoor Recreation Heritage Fund. Be a hero. Thank a hero.
Section 1, question 3.
Does hunting in the afternoon put too much pressure on gobblers?
You know, I don't think so.
Greg Briggs, the Hammer.
The turkeys in the springtime, that gobbler's got one thing on his mind. And, you know, the way I think about it, the more girls, the better. And so, you know, I don't think it's putting too much pressure on them. True enough, if you have very few gobblers on your property, you know, it might affect them in a little bit, but me personally, I don't think it bothers them that much.
I got a phone call from Rusty McDaniels and asked if I'd like to go back to Missouri and hunt with J.R. Kenyon this year. And, you know, I just kind of laughed at him. I said, well, sure, that was kind of a dumb question.
So I immediately started going out and asking the local farmers around here if it was okay if I brought these guys. And about everybody I asked was more than happy to let us go.
We loaded up, myself and Greg Briggs and John, and we headed up to Missouri.
Got in kind of late afternoon that evening, and he met us at the motel, got us all checked in, and told us he'd be back 5 the next morning.
We're here in Missouri this opening morning. It's supposed to be a little clear this morning, but it's kind of overcast winds blowing about 30 miles an hour. But we got a turkey gobbler right down this wood line right here. Maybe once he pitches down, he'll come on in this way. We'll be able to harvest one early this morning.
We just basically went back to the place where we hunted last year. We left old Bird in there last year, and we're gonna try to work him again this year. First morning we hunted him, he gave us a lesson. We're hard-headed, all three of us hard-headed.
With that big turkey that we didn't get last year, I was sure we were going to get him, but as it would be, we did not.
Mossy Oaks Turkey Thugs is brought to you by Walmart, Mossberg, Federal Ammunition, Sheffield Financial, National Wild Turkey Federation, and by Mossy Oak Brand Camo.
Section 1, question 3.
Does hunting in the afternoon put too much pressure on gobblers?
You know, I don't like to hunt the same turkey I hunted in the morning that afternoon.
Keith Kelly, the Swamper.
If I've worked a turkey in the morning, didn't have any luck getting in, I don't really like to go back and hunt that turkey in the afternoon. I think it may put a little too much pressure on him. I may set up a game plan for the next morning to go hunt that turkey. I prefer to go somewhere else and hunt another turkey in the afternoon and not just stay after the same turkey all day.
We loaded up and got out to the woods, and Joe had told me we were going to be setting up on a fence row, pretty creek bottom right down below us, and the birds were roosted in there. They had actually roosted them the evening before. Got set up. Sure enough, crack of daylight, turkeys started lighting it up all up and down the creek. I bet we had 7 or 8 turkeys just hammered. I was thinking one of the turkeys right out in front of us would be the one that would show up, because all they had to do was just pitch down, and they just never would pitch down. And finally, Joe picked up a turkey standing up on the hill.
Right there, hard right, coming right down the fence line.
And I used my head out and looked, and sure enough, it was a longbeard standing right up on the crest of the hill. We had a decoy set up about 15 yards out in front of us, and when he saw that decoy, he was 100% committed. He came off the hill and he was pretty much in a dead trot. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a done deal right here. I was just gonna let him work around the decoy a little bit and let Joe get some good footage of him. Came into the decoy, brushed up against it, and all of a sudden he jumped sideways.
Go ahead and kill him.
I rushed a shot and I pulled it just a little bit.
Oh, that was a stud right there.
And that was pretty much over with.
It's a turkey hunter's worst fear.
Found out later that the turkey that I boogered up, they saw him later. He was okay.
Cannot believe that.
Mossy Oaks Turkey Thugs is brought to you by Walmart.
Well, these are nice mossy oak floor mats here. Here's an age-old question that sparks many different answers. How much should you call to a gobbler on the roost? Most turkey hunters will tell you that calling to a gobbler while he's still in the tree is one of those things you should absolutely not do. In some cases, this is some good advice. The thinking here is if, the turkey's gobbling a lot and he's gobbling loud, he's gonna call up another hunter into your setting. If this is the case, then try soft yips, tree yips. If the gobbler answers, sit tight. Let the hens fly down and maybe you'll get lucky and call one of the hens into your setting and harvest the gobbler. Bottom line, there's no absolute. Each setup is different.
Save money, live better. Walmart.
Joe wanted to ride around and check some fields to see if we could spot some turkeys visually out in some bottoms. Finally, we went down a road and looked way off in a bottom. There was a group down there, and we could tell it was 2 or 3 strutters in the bunch. And we had to work our way, we had to actually get across the fence and work our way around the backside of a hill through some pretty thick stuff.
I think what we'll do, we'll get down here closer. See if we see.
Yeah, they should be just
Right there. Yeah. There's a strutter right there.
Yeah, I can see the strutter.
I've seen at least 3 toms out there.
Really?
There's several birds out there. I tell you what, while them birds are plumb over there, let's slip up that big tree. It's right on the edge. See if we can't get him going in there.
I follow you.
And lo and behold, we didn't know at the time by the time we got to the edge of the pasture, the turkeys had started making their way to us. Section 2.
Question 12.
Is turkey hunting better or worse than it was 20 years ago?
Much better. Through conservation efforts, much better. We have a lot more turkeys in our part of the world than we had 20 years ago.
I would say it's better now than it was 20 years ago. There's more turkeys all over the United States as a whole, and that can't help but make it better.
I think it's better. Like the NWTF, they've done so much for the restoration of turkeys and all, and it's really kept our populations up. So, to me, I think it's way better now than it used to be.
much better. The NWTF has done such an excellent job locating turkeys in different states, the population, the mileage, and all. It's much better.
To me, it's just as good. As much fun as I had 20, 30 years ago turkey hunting, I have just as much fun today turkey hunting.
Mossy Oaks Turkey Thugs is also brought to you by Ram Truck Brand, Quaker Boy, Weaver Optics, Walker's Game Ear, Biologic, and by Mossy Oak Brand Camo.
Section 1, question 3.
Does hunting in the afternoon put too much pressure on gobblers?
I think it kind of depends on the place you hunt.
Bob Walker, the sniper.
Well, I'd say there's two things. If you've got a smaller place, you're going in there and you're hunting those turkeys morning and afternoon, sooner or later they're going to feel that pressure and they're going to shut down, move out. I think turkeys feel pressure more than we think. And a lot of it is how you hunt. If you go in and blow in and start yapping and walking and going through there, remember, they're not gobbling much in the afternoon, so just because they don't answer you doesn't mean they're not there. One thing I do where I guide, I've got a lot of places that are hard to get to in the morning, either through a cutover or something like that. And if you hunt it in the morning and you don't hear anything, by the time you get somewhere else to try to hear another one, it's kind of later in the morning. So I use those places that I know got turkeys. I don't like to go to that traditional morning spot to hunt afternoon.
We were able to work our way out to the edge of the pasture and get set up. So we just stayed there and sat patient. We yapped to them a little bit, kept them interested. And as it turned out, it was 3 longbeards in the bunch. They finally worked their way down in front of us. One of them presented me a clear shot. It was a real redeeming time for me because I'd had a terrible morning, and I felt a whole lot better after finally closing the deal on one. Son, check this out. Look at the hooks on this joker.
Man, that's a solid 3-year-old turkey there.
Absolutely solid as a rock. Man,
Good turkey.
that is a fine bird right there.
Good
Man.
turkey.
Boy, I tell you what, that right there will help you feelings a
Yes,
lot
it
more.
will.
Huh? Yeah. All right, well, I tell you what, I'm getting hungry. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Thanks again, brother.
You
Couldn't
bet.
have done it without you.
You had fun, had fun.
Let's go find something to eat.
All right, let's go.
That was my first trip to Missouri, and I had a ball. It was just a great time.
Call Thug with Chris Kirby.
Chris, have you found a more expensive turkey call to be more effective of a turkey call?
You know, Paul, I don't really think price comes into it. The ultimate judge is obviously the turkey.
No doubt about it.
If he's coming in, it doesn't matter what you spend. You know, you take the Thug box right here, you know, made out of the best hardwoods we can find. It's gonna have a $9.99 price point in Walmart. I mean, it's just a great little call.
And it sounds turkey.
And it kills turkeys left and right. Generally speaking, price does not come into, it's more craftsmanship, it's more making the right angles and doing it right from the start. So I don't think price really has anything to do with it. Turkey being the ultimate judge, whether you spend $10 or $110, I don't think the turkey matters.
I agree 100%.
Call Thug, brought to you by Turkey Thug Calls, powered by Quaker Boy.
We went to another farm, checking some stuff out. Around 12 o'clock, we found some birds in the field strutting. And JR said, look, this is it. You know, we don't have much time to hunt.
We drove up this other farm and found 3 longbeards out in the field. This is it. We're gonna do it right now.
made a little game plan, and it was a pipeline there. We figured we could just ease in there in the woods. Maybe the turkeys come across that pipeline, but before we got the pipeline, we eased up in the woods just to take a peek, and I mean, there they were, just across the little creek bottom.
Oh yeah, they're coming. Yeah, right there. They're coming right through here. He gets that little opening right there where I can take him.
And there was one little opening I could shoot through, and I could see the redheads coming. And, I just selected the first one that came in. I said, man, he looked like a good turkey. So I went ahead and harvested that bird, and man, I got up to him. I was glad I did. He was a good 4-year-old bird, had 11-inch beard. Pretty good beard, I think maybe 10 inches.
Yeah, I think.
And look at spurs. I mean, I know he's at least a 4-year-old.
He's got good hooks.
He's got some good hooks on him right there. Sure does. That's a good way to end the Missouri hunt for us. But,
better than the one you got last year.
Oh yeah, a lot better than the one I got last year. You know, I don't know, Missouri, I love coming up here. Once again, JR, you done your homework.
Appreciate you coming.
I appreciate coming out here with you, man. I enjoyed it.
A lot of fun.
Hope to be back next year, and you know, we still got one more day for you.
I hope.
So let's try to make the same thing happen as it did last year.
Yeah, that sounds good. Right at daylight.
Yeah, right at daylight instead of, you know, at 12:15, 12:20. But let's go back to the hotel. I got Greg Briggs just texted me, and he said it's about time I kill one. You know, he thinks he's #1 now. So we'll go back and see him right quick. A lot of times it's that last hour, so you know, you don't give up in Missouri. I mean, you hunt from daylight till 1.
Section 1, question 3.
Does hunting in the afternoon put too much pressure on gobblers?
I don't believe it does.
Paul Butsky, the original turkey thug.
Where I'm from in the north, in New York, you can only hunt till noon, but I used to love, and I still do, when I hunt down in Alabama, and I've hunted down there ever since the 70s, and I used to love hunting in the afternoon, and I think if you could find a gobbling turkey in the afternoon, you're definitely, it's a big plus for you. Your success rate is a lot higher if you can find turkeys that are working well, but does it put pressure on them? I don't believe it does. You know, you're in their backyard, and there's not that many hunters in the woods to really do, I think, really do any injustice to the turkey. So, no, I don't believe it does.
Section 1, question 3.
Does hunting in the afternoon put too much pressure on gobblers?
I think most of the pressure put on turkeys is generally in the morning to mid-morning, maybe up to noon, but
Bubba Bruce, just Bubba.
A lot of hunters don't really do a lot of hunting in the afternoon. You know, myself, in the years, I've found out afternoon hunting is really better to me than in the mornings, because you have less people there, and it's just not that much pressure in the woods in the afternoon. So no, I don't think you pressure a gobbler that much in the afternoon. I told JR, I said, let's just repeat what we did last year.
The turkey pitched down out in the field to my left, which is behind the tree that I was sitting at.
He's coming from behind us, JR. He's working his way toward the
And we thought he was gonna come. And about that time, Bubba said that he heard a hen pitch out, but we never saw her. And when that happened, the gobbler got kind of nervous and started working his way back to the left. He got to the point where it was now or never, and he was getting kind of spooky acting. I think there was a tree in John's way and he couldn't swing all the way. It was just one of those deals. It's turkey hunting, and sometimes you don't get everything that you want.
Ooh, that's a pretty fan on him. Real pretty.
Decent beard on him, I think.
Yeah, he looks got probably about 11 inches. I mean,
10.5, 11.
10.5, 11. He's nice.
He got good spurs.
I'd say he's a 4-year-old, wouldn't
That's
you?
what I'm guessing. Good turkey.
Good turkey. Enjoyed it, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All
See you
right,
next
man.
year, I hope.
We'll be here next year.
Sounds good. Bubba and I both killed real good birds this year. I was really tickled, and I hope we get to do it again.
The Paralyzed Veterans of America was founded shortly after World War II. They have a very impressive record of fighting not just for disabled veterans, but for all Americans with disabilities. Their success can be seen every day in your life. We need to support them in their ongoing efforts to improve the quality of life of our disabled veterans.
For more information about the Outdoor Recreation Heritage Fund, visit pvaheritagefund.org.